Good evening. I want to welcome everyone to the dual enrollment orientation. Whether you are a first-time dual enrollment student for the spring 2022 semester, or you're a returning student who just wants to make sure that you have all of your ducks in a row before you start classes, we welcome you. We're glad that you took the opportunity to be on here. I did notice that we have at least one counselor who's on here with us. I'm excited to have her here. And I just want to introduce our dual enrollment team who is on the call right now. My name is Pam Kelly. I am the dual enrollment coordinator. I also have with me Tyann Lindell. She is our dual enrollment instructional specialist. And Greta Green is our dual enrollment recruiter. There's Tyann. She looks like she has a fur baby with her. Okay, so we've got Tyann and Greta on the call. They are going to be manning the chat during this session. So as I go through the presentation, since we have so many on, I'm going to ask that you remain muted. If you have questions, please use the chat feature to ask those questions. Want to make sure, okay, we are recording. Want to make sure that we're able to share this with people who were not able to be with us tonight. If you've just been admitted into the meeting, then please put your first and last name and the high school you attend in the chat. And we are going to go ahead and get started. Again, this is the student orientation for dual enrollment for the spring 2022 semester. And just a reminder, the first official day of classes is this Friday, January the 7th. If you have looked on your Blackboard already, trying to get a head start and see what's going on, please note that classes will not populate in Blackboard until the first day of class. So if you go to Blackboard, don't panic and think that you're not registered. Right now, the best way to register or to check your registration status is on your student landing page. So you should have gotten instructions on how to do that when you got your registration confirmation email. We're going to go over several things, and we're going to start with logging into your MyJSCC student portal and accessing your Jefferson State email. To log into your student portal, you will first go to the home page, jeffersonstate.edu. When you get to the home page, click My JSCC, which is the first option under the search bar. That is going to take you to the first time login screen. Now, the first time you log in, you will not put your email address and password in this screen. And by the way, your email address and your password were sent to you in an email from dual enrollment after you completed your online application. Your JSCC email was sent and your password. Your password is there. Everybody has a temporary password to start out with, and that temporary password is always going to be capital J, the @ and your 6-digit birthday. But like I said, if this is the first time you've logged into your MyJSCC, you are not going to put in your email and password right here. You are going to click Help and First Time Users, click here, which is right under the boxes. When you click that, it's going to take you to this screen. And in the middle of the screen where you see that it asks for the JSCC email address and MyJSCC password, that is where you will enter your Jeff State email address that was sent to you and your temporary password. If you forget what your temporary password should be, it's in those bullets right above those boxes. Again, it's capital J, the @, 2 digits for the month, 2 for the day, 2 for the year, and that date is your birthday. So email address, temporary password, click sign in, and it will take you back where you're going to have to enter your information in the boxes this time. So this time you will put your Jefferson State email address in this box. You will have created a new password after you do the help in first time user. It's going to ask you to create a permanent password and also to set up security questions. So once you go through that process, it will bring you back to this screen. Enter the JSCC email address, the password you just created, and click sign in. This will take you to the My JSCC landing page. As you can see, it'll have campus announcements on the left side of the screen, campus links on the right side of the screen. And what we're going to look at tonight is really everything under the campus links section. I also want to say that our website is much more user-friendly on a computer. So anytime you can log in on a computer instead of your phone, it tends to be a little more user-friendly on the computer. It will look a little different on the phone if you log in on your phone. So here you'll see that we have Blackboard courses, 1 ACCS online services, online payments, 0365 email, and emergency text messages. And so that's what we're going to look at tonight. Please remember that email is the official method of communication at Jefferson State. Occasionally, you may get a text from us. We do occasionally send out some information via text, but most information that we send out is going to go to email, and it's going to go to your Jefferson State email address. At the beginning, we do send information to your email address that you provided on your online application, but we are bound by FERPA laws, and that requires that we communicate with you in a secure method that helps us know that you are the actual person we are communicating with and not one of your parents or one of your friends. And we do that through email to your Jeff State email address. So it is important that you get your email set up and that you check it regularly. So to check your email, you are going to click on 0365 email, use my JSCC login. You'll be taken to this page where you'll enter your JSCC email address and click next. It will give your email address at the top. And by the way, throughout this presentation, if you see a yellow bar, it's because I've blocked out someone's information there. So it should have someone's email address up here. Then you would enter the password. The password you're going to enter is the same one you just created for your My JSCC student portal account. The first time that you log in, it's going to tell you that they need more information for third-party identification. So you want to go ahead and take care of that by clicking next. The easiest way to do this is to have them text you a code. So to do that, you are going to enter your phone number and then select either text me a code or call me. It will tell you that they just sent a 6-digit code to your phone number and you need to enter that code below. I'm sure all of you have done this on some other sites. It will tell you that it was verified and your phone was registered successfully, and you'll click next. And it says, success, great job. Now you click done, and it will ask you this question, whether or not you want to stay signed in to your Jefferson State email. If you are on your personal computer and no one else has access to that computer, it is perfectly acceptable to click yes as the answer to this question. If you are on a shared computer, either at your home, at your school, at a library, even on a Jeff State campus, do not select yes. If you are on a shared computer, always select no. You do not want to stay signed in unless you're on your own personal computer that you do not have to share with anyone. So then it'll take you to your Jeff State email. A lot of people don't check their email for months after they've completed their online application. So when you log in for the first time, you may have 20, 30 messages, depending on how many campus announcements were sent out during that time. So go ahead when you go in, clean out your email inbox, make sure that you get rid of anything you don't need, and try to go ahead and make folders, maybe one for each class, so that as you get emails about a class, you can file it in the folder with that class name and keep your inbox clean. We also recommend that you get the Microsoft Outlook app on your smartphone. This will allow you to get email alerts on your phone, just like you would for any other applications that you use on your smartphone. So the next thing we will look at is online payments. The online payments, or payment in general, has been a big question. We added a scholarship in the fall, the STEM scholarship. So we have more students on scholarship than have ever before been on scholarship. I do want to go ahead and start out by saying that we're doing payment a little bit differently. As far as how you pay, all of that is the same. But I want to give you a few dates, and Tyann, if you don't mind, if you could put these dates in the chat so that people can see this. The end of drop ad is going to be January the 13th. So that means you have from January the 7th to January the 13th to make any changes to your schedule. If you're in a class that you know is just not going to work for you and you need to move to a different class, we need to know that in that time. On January the 13th, your schedule is set. And the only way to get out of that class at that point is to do a withdrawal. And we're going to go over later what that means to your transcript and to your continuous eligibility for dual enrollment. But for right now, just know that any changes to your schedule need to be completed by January the 13th. We can't do that. We can't do any schedule changes without the permission of your counselor or your homeschool administrator. So make sure if you email us requesting a course change, please include your counselor or homeschool administrator in that email. The next date I want to give you is January the 21st. Starting on the 14th, the business office will start applying scholarships to classes. Now, this is going to be, there are several scholarships that are out there. Jeff State offers the Career and Technical Education Scholarship, we call it the CTE Scholarship, and the STEM Scholarship. But there are also several school systems that offer scholarships to their students. Some of those scholarships may get applied before the 21st, but all scholarships should be applied by the 21st. On the 21st, when you check your account balance, if it does not say 0, then you have also registered for a class that is not covered by our scholarship. So we need you to pay that balance in full, or alert us if you think that the class should have been covered by scholarship and wasn't. So again, that date is the 21st. Make sure and check your account. And all dual enrollment students need to have an account balance of 0 no later than close of business on January 28th. So that is 4:30 in the afternoon for us as close of business. So January 28th at 4:30, your account needs to be paid in full, or you will be at risk for being dropped for non-payment. We do not want that to happen to you. With those dates in mind, I'm going to go ahead and go through how to make payments online, and all of you should have already received an online tutorial with this information. Let's go over it quickly here. So you'll go back to the My JSCC student portal in the campus links, which is where you start with most everything, and you can simply click one ACCS online services or online payments. Either one of those links is going to take you to this screen. And if you select one ACC online payments, one ACCS online payments, you'll be asked to sign in. Again, you're using the same username and password that you would use in any, in your portal, your email, it's all the same. So your username is going to be your Jeff State email address. Your password is your student portal password. It will take you to this screen that will show you your account balance. This student has one class that they are taking at a Jeff State campus or either online. Once you get here, you can say click on Make Payment. And here you will select that you want to pay the current account balance and continue. Now you must type in the amount that you want to pay. This amount should be the same as the current account balance. Once you type that amount in, you will continue. Now you can create a statement. Again, if you need a statement for tax purposes, for if you have someone else who is going to pay your tuition for you and they want to know how much you owe, you can create a statement to print out. By doing that, you click Create Statement. Select the term that you want to create the statement for. So for this term, it would be spring of 2022. And then submit. This is what the statement looks like. It can get confusing because of all of the different fees. So when we talk about tuition and fees, we're giving you one number. This is a breakdown of tuition and all the different fees. You can print that or you can just view that statement. If you would like to go ahead and set up electronic refunds, you can do that by clicking Electronic Refunds. And then it will go through how to set up a direct deposit account. If a student chooses to set up a direct deposit account, that account that they use must have the student's name on it. It can't be set up to direct deposit to an account that has a name other than the student. Okay, this section, we're going to look at grades, continuous eligibility, drop add, which we talked about a little bit when we were talking about payments, and withdrawals. We cannot stress enough that the grades that you make in your dual enrollment classes will remain on your college transcript forever. They don't just go on your high school transcript, they also go on your college transcript. When you start applying for scholarships, when you start doing applications for federal financial aid, all of those things, they are going to pull your college transcript and ask if you've taken any college courses, and those courses and those grades will be there. So please, please, please take your courses seriously. Devote the time needed to study and preparation so that you will be successful. And one of the most important things, as soon as you have a problem or a question, please ask the instructor, contact the dual enrollment office, speak with your counselor or your homeschool administrator. So many things can be fixed early on if you will let us know that you have a problem. If you let it drag on, even for a week or two, it becomes more difficult for us to help you fix it. And we certainly want to help you fix any problems. We can't guarantee a fix to everything, but we certainly will do our best. and our instructors are good at working with us on that. But we can't help you fix a problem if we don't know that it exists. So please alert us to any problems or questions you have. So to remain eligible to participate in dual enrollment, students must maintain a minimum 2.5 unweighted GPA, and that is in all high school classes, not just your dual enrollment classes. Students must make a grade of C or higher in each dual enrollment class. So if you made a C in an A in a class, a C in a class, and a D in a class, you would not be eligible, even though 2 of the classes you made a C or higher. You have to make a C or higher in each of your classes in dual enrollment. Okay, students, this is drop add. Students can make changes to their schedules with their counselor's permission through the end of the drop add period, which we mentioned earlier for this semester is January the 13th. After that, schedules are set and students must withdraw if they want to discontinue a class. So again, please make any schedule adjustments by January the 13th. To withdraw from a class, the student must consult with their high school counselor, because withdrawing from a dual enrollment class can not only affect your college transcript, it can also affect your high school graduation timeline. And we certainly don't want you to withdraw from a class and end up not being able to graduate from high school. So consult with your high school counselor. Complete the withdrawal form. You can get that from the dual enrollment email. You can email dualenrollment@jeffersonstate.edu and we can help you. We can send you one of those forms. Several of the counselors, some of them have those forms, so you can get that from them. And then you must submit the withdrawal form to the dual enrollment office before the automatic W period ends. I should have written that date down for the automatic W period. I'm going to ask Tyann if she can look that up for me while we're doing this and put that date in the chat. So all withdrawals would need to be done before that date. I do believe it's probably sometime in late March, early April. It's usually right after we get back from spring break. But Tyann's going to put that in the chat for us. Okay, students who withdraw from a dual enrollment course, it's a little bit different to withdraw as a dual enrollment student than to withdraw as a traditional or non-dual enrollment student. So if you withdraw from a dual enrollment course, you must sit out 1 semester, and this does not include summer. So if you were to withdraw from a course this spring, you would not be eligible to take classes in the summer, and you would not be eligible to take classes in the fall, because the fall would actually be your suspension semester. We can't make summer a suspension semester. So you would have to actually sit out summer and fall, and you would be eligible again to participate in next spring if you meet the application requirements. So in order to, after you sit out your semester, you must reapply to the dual enrollment program and go through the whole application, online application, a new, an updated ID and transcript and signature page. You will receive a grade of W for that class, and it will go on your college transcript. Okay, while the W does not affect your GPA, it can affect negatively your eligibility for academic scholarships and federal financial aid after you graduate from high school. So again, what we're really focused on here is completing all dual enrollment courses with a grade of C or better. Okay, whoops, I did not change that slide and I apologize. So we're going to skip over important fall dates. and we're going to go to Blackboard. We are going to send you out an email, and I will include some important dates for spring in that email. That will include the automatic W period, when our spring break is, any other holidays. I know we're off for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but I'll send out an email with all of those important dates. Blackboard is the way, it's our course management software that we use at Jefferson State. So it is the way that your instructor, especially if you're in a class taught either online or on a Jefferson State campus, this is going to be how your instructor communicates with you, assigns work. It's probably going to be how you submit a lot of your assignments is through Blackboard. So to get there, you're going to log into your portal and select Blackboard courses. One thing I want to go ahead and mention, if you are looking at Blackboard right now and you're like, oh my goodness, I do not have any courses. I think I went over this earlier. Your schedule will not be in Blackboard because those courses will not populate in Blackboard until the first day of class, which is again this Friday, January the 7th. The first time you log into Blackboard, it's going to take you to this welcome screen where you can keep scrolling down. And then it will also, when you come to the institution page, there's an option to watch a video. I strongly recommend that you watch this. This is more, this video is not really what we're going over. It's more about some technical things and some settings on your computer that will help you view Blackboard in the most optimal way. So check that out. I think it is literally about 2 minutes long. It's not long at all, but it can be very helpful for you. So check that out. So this again is what the institution page looks like. Down here, you'll see several links to Blackboard student resources, information about the app, student help, and also how to reach the Jeff State Help Desk. Again, please watch the Blackboard tutorial. This is the profile page, and this has, again, where that yellow is a student's name that is blocked out. And this menu that you see here is always going to be on the left side of your screen when you're on Blackboard. The profile page just has a lot of your information. If you need to know your A number, this is a great place to go to find it if you can't find it in your email, but you know your login information. The activity stream page may look like this. This is something that I screenshot off of someone's Blackboard activity stream. And again, instructors use Blackboard in different ways. So some instructors may use this activity stream heavily, some may not. But this one uses it for announcements to let you know when a grade is posted. So make sure you check that out. The next option here is courses. This is where you will go and it will list your courses. Again, you will see this on January the 7th, this Friday. To enter your course and look at all of the information, you simply click on the course from this menu that you want to enter. When you enter this course, you come to a screen like this. Now, there may be different tabs over here to the left, depending on the instructor and what all tabs they are using. Make sure on the 7th, even if you're in in-person classes, take some time to log into Blackboard Friday and just look through all of these different tabs to kind of familiarize yourself with it. Your instructor should post a syllabus here, so make sure you read your syllabus. But just make sure that you're looking at all these things so you know how to navigate your course. Again, this one has an introduction, tells you the required materials. This is what the introduction looks like. In this course, there's a video that gives kind of a course tour, and there's even an attachment about dual enrollment, for dual enrollment or first-year college students with helpful information. Again, you're going to have a syllabus somewhere on there. Make sure you look at that syllabus. Make sure you understand the attendance, any policies that are listed there, and any information. It also will tell you the materials that are required for that course, whether it's a textbook, an access code, a lab kit, any of that stuff. Messages. Our instructors will communicate with you in one of two ways. Some instructors prefer to communicate through JSCC email, and other instructors will only communicate with you through Blackboard messaging. Please check both regularly and make sure on your syllabus that you know how your instructor is going to communicate with you. If it is not specified, then you may want to send the instructor an email, but please check carefully before you send the instructor an email, because I've not seen an instructor yet that doesn't tell you how they want you to communicate with them. And again, some of those instructors will do a welcome video to their class, and they'll include that information there. Some will list it on the syllabus, and many of them will put it in two places, the syllabus and a welcome video. When you go into messages, it would give you, if you had more than one class, this student only had one class, but if you had multiple classes, it would list all of those classes, and you would click on the class for which you want to view your messages. You'll be brought to a screen like this. This instructor communicated with students through email, but if they did communicate through messaging, you see here you have an inbox, and it tells you how many unread messages you have and the total number of messages. It'll also show you how many messages you have sent that were unread and the total. When you send a message through Blackboard messaging, it is just like sending an email. If you click on the 2 under recipients, it will actually list every person in your class. So you could send it to just one classmate, the instructor, or you could send it to everyone. Please make sure you're sending it to the appropriate person. So there's your to list. Make sure you include a subject. You must complete the subject field or it will not allow you to send anything. This is not where you want to type your question, but you may just say lesson 1 question. That may be your subject. And then you will type the body of your email here, which is your actual question that you have. Please use formal English business language for this. This is not a place to text your instructor. Instructors expect emails, which include full sentences, a greeting. Don't just start out with what you're saying. Please greet the instructor with, dear Mr. Smith, or Dr. Smith, or hello, Dr. Smith, something. And then do your email, ask your question, make your statement, and then make sure you include, your name at the end, of course. First and last name, and please use the name that's on your application. If your application is under your first name is Christopher, but you go by your middle name, which is Jared, don't sign it Jared. Make sure you sign it with your first and last name that would be on your application, because that's how your instructor is going to be able to look you up. And it is even more helpful if you can include your A number, especially when you're using email. It's a little easier for them to figure it out who it's coming from in messaging through Blackboard. But email, please include first, last name, and your A number if you have it. After you do that, if you need to upload an attachment for any reason, you can browse your computer to upload a document there and simply submit your message. Grades. Most instructors will post grades through Blackboard on this tab. One thing about this course is that it uses a third-party software. And so all of the grades appear in the software for this course. But again, most courses, you are going to find your grades under the Grades tab. The last thing I want to go over with you is emergency text messaging, just a few more things. If you click on that last tab when you go to Campus Links after you've logged into your student portal, you will come up with this. You do want to include your username, which again is your Jeff State email address, first, last name, password, and verify your password. Please make sure you check JSCC 911. This is what it looks like when it automatically populates. It only has important dates and events checked. You want to check JSCC 911, especially if you are taking a class on a Jefferson State campus. If there was anything happening on campus weather-wise, the campus was closed, there was a fire while you were on campus and somebody needed to get information to you, this is the best way for us to get important emergency information out to students. So if you are going to be taking a class on a Jefferson State campus, please go ahead and sign up for the emergency text alerts. Again, add that JSCC 911, agree to the terms of use, and create your account. If you are going to be on campus, especially, you will want to get your student ID card and parking decal. Even if you're not going to be on campus, you may want to go ahead and get a student ID card because it may allow you to get discounts at certain stores and venues. So to get your student ID card and parking decal, print out your schedule or your receipt from where you paid your tuition. Make sure you know your A number and your vehicle tag number if you're getting the parking decal. And then take this information to the police department at any campus, and they can help you get both of these items. There is no charge for the ID card or the parking decal. I believe there is a charge for an ID card if you have to get a replacement card, but your initial card is free of charge. And lastly here, we're going to talk about student support resources. We have a lot of things to help you be successful in your dual enrollment classes. We want to make sure that you are aware of those and how to access those, including the ADA accommodations, the library, and the Learning Success Center. So if you have a 504 plan or an IEP at your high school, that does not mean that you automatically qualify for ADA accommodations at the college level. However, we encourage you to seek out the assistance of the ADA accommodations office early if you do need these services. You can do that by going to our homepage, selecting services and ADA accommodations office. It's going to take you to this page that will give you information. If you look on the side here, it'll talk about establishing services. I actually think this is if you just scroll down on the home page. And Ann Sherman is our ADA director. She is amazing to work with. And she has laid it out very simply here, the steps 1, 2, 3 that you need to follow to get registered with the ADA office. Please note that it must be the student who initiates the ADA accommodations. A counselor can't do it on behalf of the student, and the parent can't do it on behalf of the student. It needs to be the student themselves. The libraries also have a lot of great information, whether it's for your dual enrollment class or just a class that you're taking at your high school. If you're trying to write a paper and you need sources or you need information, our librarians are great. You can find their website by going to jeffersonstate.edu and clicking libraries at the top. You'll notice the chat feature down on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. If you click that widget, it will allow you to chat now. Usually when you first come to the site, that Ask a Librarian will pop up. and you can either chat now or select no thanks. If you have any questions, then the librarians are always there to help you. You can tell them what you're looking for, that you're doing a paper for an English 101 class and you need to find information about this, and they can certainly help you, direct you to information or show you how to search for it. Also, our librarians work with several of our instructors, and so some of the instructors actually have their own library pages where they put information that will be beneficial to their students. So make sure you check with the library if you have any questions about anything, as far as resources and sources that you're needing for your classes. The Learning Success Center is also a great resource for Jefferson State students. You can find it by going to jeffersonstate.edu, click on Services, and scroll down to Learning Success Center. You'll come to a menu of topics and services. If you are still trying to take the ACT and make a higher grade, the Learning Success Center has a lot of free resources to help you study for that exam. Please take advantage of these and see what we have before you spend a lot of money on test prep. There's just so many things available to students here. So here you see the home. And when you scroll down, there are chat options here. You can chat for general assistance with a Learning Success Center tutor. You can chat to get assistance with Smart Thinking on Demand. Smart Thinking is a online tutoring that is available to all Jefferson State students who are enrolled in an English or math course. After the beginning of the semester, you should get an email with your login information for Smart Thinking if you have registered for a math or English course. If you registered for one of these courses and you have not gotten login information by the end of the first full week of class, please go to this chat function and ask them how you can get logged in. You can also log in to get assistance with Play-Doh. Play-Doh is a learning system where our Learning Success Center director can set you up with a course. So nobody knows how you do in this course. There's ACT prep courses. There's information on algebra, calculus, and you can say, hey, I need help in my calculus class. And he can set you up with this program, and it's an actual course where you get some lecture time and then you get some practice problems to work if you're doing calculus. And nobody knows how well you do. You can skip to the section that you need to work with. You don't have to do the whole course, but it's just a way to get some additional support with some of those topics. Again, there is on-campus tutoring for math and English at all the campuses. There's also online tutoring available. Again, if you need help with test preparation, there's a chat there, and that will help you for anything. If you're trying to place into a math or English class by taking the AccuPlacer, you can get help there. Or if you're trying to improve your ACT score, you can click there and get assistance. And then you can also complete an online form to request a meeting with a Learning Success Center tutor. I'm going to briefly go over the student landing page. I think most of this we've gone over before, but just really quickly, when you log in, if you select one ACCS online services and then select it again in this purple box, you'll click the student tab at the top and then select student landing page at the bottom, and it will take you to this menu page. You can go around, see what all is available. Some of this stuff you're going to be able to look at, some you're not going to need right now. And some you may not be able to view because just to let you know, all dual enrollment students have holds on their accounts. The hold is not, in most cases, it is not due to anything that you have done wrong, but we just have a hold on your account until you graduate and submit your final high school transcript. So if you see a hold on your account, don't panic. If there's a hold because there's a problem, you'll get an email from us. If you don't hear anything, it's just that general dual enrollment hold. Again, we showed you how to check your registration in that video tutorial by clicking View Registration Information, selecting the term from the drop-down menu, and then seeing the class that you're registered for. Again, there's scheduled details at the bottom, and if your class were meeting in person, then it would have in these where the SMTWTFS is, those would be shaded for the days of the week that class met on campus. You can also prepare for registration, register for classes here, you can see, but again, you can't register for classes. Our dual enrollment office does that. Going to, this is the screen that shows your holds. If you see you have holds which prevent registration and the reason is the dual enrollment hold, don't worry about that. Everybody has that. So you do not need, you don't need to worry about that at all. You can view your grades once a semester has closed out. You cannot view your grades anymore on Blackboard. So you will need to come here to view your grades. You can also order a transcript here. This will take you to this page where you will select, if at all possible, go ahead and do the order PDF transcript because that will go a lot faster and you complete all the information and have it sent. If you need to have a transcript sent before you have graduated and supplied your final high school transcript, you need to email dualenrollment@jeffersonstate.edu and let us know that you've requested the transcript so that we can ask the records office to temporarily remove your hold and push that transcript through. Please note that any transcript you send before we receive your final high school transcript will have a statement on the transcript that says credit conditional pending receipt of high school transcript. And your transfer college, if you're sending this to a college you're planning to attend after high school, will not give you credit for the classes on that transcript as long as that statement is on the transcript. So you may need to send a transcript for some kind of pre-admission or for scholarship application purposes, but know that you will have to send another transcript once we have received and processed your final high school transcript. We're going to do several open Zoom sessions and we're starting this week with these sessions. I've got the dates and times here. I won't read those out to you. You can see those on the screen. This is a time for you to log in with any questions that you have. It's not going to be a session like this. We will have a breakout room. And so we will, you'll have to stay in the waiting room until your turn. And then we will come in and answer questions for you. If you're having trouble logging into your MyJSCC, if you're having trouble making a payment, if you're having trouble accessing Blackboard, if you have a question about a textbook, if you have a question about your scholarship, any of these type of questions, we want to get all of these questions answered before the end of drop ad. So we're giving you 4 opportunities in the evening to log into open Zoom sessions. When I send you the email with the important dates and the link to the recording of this session, I'm also going to include the Zoom link for the open Zoom sessions. So that Zoom link isn't here, but it will be sent out to you via email, and that's probably going to go out in the morning. So it will be a link, important dates, and also a link to this recorded session. Finally, I want you to have some contact information, and I forgot, Greta, I did not add you to this. And I apologize. I'm going to change that, but the best way to contact any of us is with the email address dualenrollment@jeffersonstate.edu. And again, you can contact me, Pam Kelly. I'm the dual enrollment coordinator. Tyann Lindell is the dual enrollment instructional specialist, and Greta Green is the dual enrollment recruiter. We will be happy to answer any questions that you have. We all monitor that dual enrollment email. That is all that I have for right now. I'm going to look in the chat and see if there is anything that we need to address. I'm going to leave this contact information up. Tyann, did you see anything in the chat that I need to address that we haven't addressed?
No, there was just one question about if the class wasn't on Blackboard, how to know if they were in it, but I recommended they use the method you just demonstrated to look that up.
Perfect. We're going to stay on. So any questions that you have, go ahead and just type those in the chat and we will answer any questions that we can.
Ms. Aiken says she has some questions.
Perfect. Textbooks. Okay. So an email went out about textbooks. I will say I accidentally broke the dual enrollment email yesterday because I sent out so many emails. So I'm going to have to resend the email about tuition and textbooks. It went out to everyone's Jefferson State email address. I was also sending that to the email address that you used on your online application, but it hasn't gone to that group yet. So if you are in a course that is covered by the STEM scholarship or the CTE scholarship. So STEM scholarship is going to cover classes like astronomy, biology, chemistry, physical science, physics, math, and computer science. Then your textbook or access code will be supplied by the dual enrollment office. Those are on order and we are hoping they will be here by Friday. We will email you when those textbooks are available and let you know where to pick them up. In most cases, you are going to pick them up at the library at the campus that is closest to you. But we do assign where they get picked up based on the location of your high school. So we will give you that information. The CTE programs that supply textbooks, that we supply textbooks for, that are covered under that scholarship are child development, computer information systems, EMT, manufacturing technology, and office administration technology. Most of the students who are on a scholarship through their school systems, such as if you are a Jeff Coed student and you are taking a class through the Jeff Coed scholarship, you are required to purchase your own textbook. I do not believe that scholarship covers textbooks. There are a few smaller private schools that offer scholarships for their students and also pay for textbooks. If you are in a school that offers a scholarship through the school, you will need to check with your counselor to see if you're responsible for the textbook or if the scholarship will also cover the textbook. Okay, professor communication. What should students do if they do not get a response to an email message they send to their professor? Professors typically will respond within 24 hours. If after 48 hours you have not heard from your instructor, please, first of all, check and make sure that you're using the correct method of communication. If the professor has requested that you communicate with them through Blackboard messaging and you're sending emails, they may not communicate back with you because they may not be checking that. If the reverse is the same. If they've asked for you to communicate over email and you're sending Blackboard messages, they may not be checking that. So the first thing is make sure that you communicated in the way that the instructor requested. If you've done that and you still haven't gotten a message back, please email dualenrollment@jeffersonstate.edu. Let us know the class you're in and the instructor for that class. And what we're going to do is copy the student and email the instructor and let the instructor know that the student is trying to get in touch with them about a question. And we'll do that. But first of all, we're going to ask the student if they are okay with us making that contact. So, but just email dualenrollment@jeffersonstate.edu if after 48 hours you have not heard and you've used the correct method. Tyann, this next question about what are the expectations for professors posting grades in Blackboard? Do you have more information on that?
In post-secondary education, instructors are far more independent than they are in pre-K to 12. And they can choose to keep their grades in Blackboard, or they can choose to keep their grades another way that you don't see. Your best thing to do is to look at the syllabus and see what the indications are. And if you have questions about how you'll know what your grade is, that you should communicate with your instructor in the manner in which they have expressed they want. Some want Blackboard communication only, some want email communication only. And if you do communicate with your instructor, it must be from your Jefferson State email account.
One quick thing, just for everyone to know, our instructors do not communicate with parents. It's not because they are mean and don't want to, but the law that I talked about earlier, FERPA, the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, prohibits instructors from communicating with anyone but the student. We can communicate, our office can communicate with instructors if needed. So if you have an issue, please let us know.